I've been using the DJI Mic 2 for a while now. I'm actually in the process of working on a review for it, and one thing I noticed is that there are some settings and features that are easy to find, while others not as much. In this video, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks that will hopefully make using this mic set easier. Now, fair warning, this video is most likely better suited to people who are new to the DJI mic series overall. There might be one or two things for longtime users, maybe, but you've been warned nonetheless. The first thing to go over here is how to enable the new noise canceling feature. To do this, what you'll need to do is make sure that both the receiver and at least one transmitter are turned on and are connected to each other. From here, it's pretty simple. All you need to do is swipe upward from the bottom of the main screen on the receiver, and you'll see the noise canceling icon to the right. Simply tap it to turn it on or off. When it's on, you'll notice that there is no diagonal slash through the icon, while when it's off, there is a slash directly through that icon. Checking the storage you have left on either transmitter is as simple as opening the case, giving everything a second to turn on, and then looking at the receiver's screen, all without taking anything out of this case. Recording to the internal storage is easy enough, but what about the times when you need to clear that storage and you aren't by a computer or don't have a USB Type-C cable to connect it to your phone? Well, luckily there's a very easy way to go ahead and format the storage if you're sure you don't need anything on either of the transmitters. To do this, all you need to do is remove the receiver and at least one transmitter. After you're done making sure that everything is connected the way it should be, what you're going to want to do is swipe downward from the top of the receiver's display and either scroll with your finger or the new wheel here over to transmitter settings. From here, you're going to scroll to the right with your finger or 6 times with the wheel until you see storage, which should have an icon that looks like a folder and says eMMC. Go ahead and tap on it with your fingers or press the wheel down to go in, and you'll see the remaining amount of time you have to record with either transmitter. Tap on the displayed time here, and you'll notice that you get the option that states swipe to format in the corresponding transmitter. Obviously, you're going to want to make sure that you don't need any of the audio on either of these transmitters once again, but this is a great way to clear both of them or clear either of them if you don't have access to a computer or if you're just not around somewhere you can actually connect one of the transmitters to. Bluetooth is the new connection option you get with the DJI Mic 2 transmitters. This makes using your mic with various devices even more convenient, but how do you even go about enabling Bluetooth on either transmitter, and how do you go about linking it after that? Well, this is actually quite simple, and all you have to do is grab a transmitter, make sure it's on, then what you're going to do is look to the left side where you see the record button here. Press and hold that record button for 3 seconds, then look back over to the right side to see the system status LED start to blink blue. The last step here that you'll need to do is press and hold the linking button, which will then put the transmitter into pairing mode. From here, you're just going to go ahead into your device's Bluetooth menu, then tap this title here that will say something like DJI Mic 2 and some random numbers that follow. And that's pretty much it. Now, word of advice on this, I made it sound very simple here. However, right now at least, Bluetooth connectivity is extremely limited in its compatibility. I've put the devices that DJI states are fully compatible on the screen, so feel free to pause and look at this, but just know it's really not a lot right now, and essentially what will happen is you can connect your DJI Mic to an uncompatible device, most likely, but the audio will sound like you're basically underwater. Now, of course, when DJI does start releasing more firmware, one thing that might be really good to know is how to check the software version on either your receiver or the transmitters you're using. In order to do this, just make sure that your receiver is on, then swipe down from the top of the display, then swipe or use the wheel to scroll over to Settings, and go ahead and tap or press the wheel down to go into settings. Once you're here, scroll or turn the wheel 5 times till you get to version, which is represented by the letter I within this white circle here. Go ahead and go into that menu, and you can see here that the firmware version for the receiver is displayed, and by moving over to the right you can also see the software version for your transmitters. One of the first things I'm pretty sure one might do with a mic set like this is set the gain levels. Now you could go digging into the menus to do this, but let me teach you a much simpler way to get this done. If you'd like to set your gain levels for the receiver, just make sure you're at the main screen, then just go ahead and push down on the wheel. You'll notice that there is a yellow bracket that will appear over the top of the information at the top of the screen. With this yellow box present, all you need to do is move your wheel left or right, and this will set your desired gain level. To do this with the transmitters, just make sure your receiver is on and connected to one or both of them. From here, you're going to go ahead and press the wheel down again, and this time you're going to press it once again, and you'll see that the bracket moves down to the information that corresponds to the transmitters. From here, all you have to do once again is turn the wheel and move to your desired gain level. After a certain amount of time, the yellow bracket will disappear and whatever settings you set will be set. A useful and popular feature from the original DJI mic was the ability to allow the transmitters to auto-record upon power up and removal from the case. In order to have this done, all you need to do is again be on the main screen of the receiver, swipe down from the top of the screen, then swipe or use the wheel to move over once to transmitter settings. From here, you're going to scroll or use the wheel once again to move to the right 5 times till you get to auto record. Tap with your finger or use the wheel, whichever you please, to go into this menu. Then go ahead and enable the auto record feature to be on, and the next time you remove your transmitter from the case, you'll feel a vibration and see the red recording light on the left side dictating that your transmitter is indeed recording. The last tip I have here today is how to enable the new 32-bit floating feature. Once again, you're going to be on the main display of the receiver, then swipe down. Swipe or turn the wheel to the right once to show the transmitter settings. Then go ahead and tap or use the wheel to enter the transmitter settings. Then swipe or use the wheel to scroll to the right 3 times. You'll see the 32-bit float icon here, which you can tap or of course press the wheel down to enter that setting. Then simply tap on the button or use the wheel if you'd like to do the same thing. One thing to note about the 32-bit float feature though is that it does decrease the amount of time you can record to the transmitters. From what I can see on my unit, the time goes down from being able to record 15 hours of audio to about 11.2 hours of audio. Alright, so that is all I have for all of you, and I do hope that there was some tips in here, or at least one tip that maybe you didn't know, or maybe that was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments, of course. But yeah, the DJI Mic 2 is setting up to be a really great mic. I just think DJI definitely needs to work out some bugs and software and all that stuff, but that'll happen, of course. I do trust DJI to do firmware updates, meaningful firmware updates whenever they do. But of course, with all of that being said, wherever you are in the world, have a great day, a great afternoon, a great evening, or a great night, and I will see you in the next video. And of course, as always, thank you for watching and thank you for the support.